there should be someone to tell you what to do now, what not to do now. If we are entering into a field, then we should be having some base knowledge so that we can master one thing and then proceed in it, and then later on, after I believe 6 to 7 years, we can just simply see, okay, now it's time for me to switch the you can say the field.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Humans of Pesto, where we bring you stories that inspire and journeys that transform. Today, we have with us a very special guest, another mentor from the Pesto community, Nishant. He has been guiding developers on their coding journey and helping them upskill with his amazing mentoring skills. Happy to have you, Nishant, today.
Thank you, Aisha.
All right. To kick things off, why don't you start with telling us a little bit about yourself and, how did you find yourself on this journey of mentorship?
So I've been working with this IT industry for around 5 years and 6 months. Then after the 5 years, a common friend from the organization only joined the Pesto, and he was very happy to help out the entry level engineers. When I was starting with my IT journey, there was a mentor, you can say a senior, who helped me with all those things, with the hurdles and everything. That was the thing that clicked me, and that's why I get myself ready for this Pesto, for the mentorship, to share my experience, my knowledge and my learnings with the new entry-level graduates or the entry-level engineers. So that's the main thing.
So in your own journey, did you have a mentor yourself? And do you believe if you didn't have one, it could have made any difference?
I will not say there was one mentor. It was started with one and then with the seniors. And so the main thing that I believe is that there should be someone to tell you what to do now, what not to do now. Because as you see, we have so many fields out there inside the IT as well. Like we have data science, we have web development, we have app development. And with the starting now, the entry level engineers, they feel themselves confused or in a state where they are not able to select a field. Because if we are entering into a field, then we should be having some base knowledge so that we can master one thing and then proceed in it, and then later on, after I believe 6 to 7 years, we can just simply see, okay, now it's time for me to switch the you can say the field.
Right.
And why is that necessary? Because till 5 to 6 years, we are only learning the basics of the IT. See how to make things work, how to do a project, or how to work in a organization, means whole flow. We have to understand what are the processes to do things and all that stuff.
So how do you cater to, different interests of these people and also their needs? Because somebody coming from a service-based company would need some different kind of guidance compared to someone who had already worked on a product. So how do you work with your mentees?
Okay, so this has been a scenario with me, with my first batch. So there was a person who is from a purely project manager management background, and he wants us to start with the development stuff. So it was a good thing for me that he already started with the JavaScript from his own. Okay, so he did some small projects, tried making some small code changes and all that stuff. So that was a good part for me. Now for me is to give him the guidance or give him the advantages and disadvantages of this field. See, coming from the project management and to the coding, it's not easy. So I asked him to just simply start with the basics of codes again, brush up his skills, and if you find any issues on that, then he can just let me know. And another thing is, with everyone, what I feel, if they are having an issue, so I always try to solve that issue or explain that doubt when linking with the real life scenarios. Now, my duty is to help them out because they are the entry level engineers. But when they will be at my experience, then they should be doing the same with the entry level. Right. So with the new ones, it's you can say it takes more time because you have to give them the goodness of this IT field. Okay, the logics and how we will be dealing with all those stuff and what will be our day-to-day jobs. But with already having IT engineers, my approach is to understand what is the basic need or what is the main need they want to proceed with, what is their goal. So these are the things that I follow to help them out.
So, what's your take on building side projects and applying your knowledge to build maybe simple mini projects as well? What's your take on that?
Working on the mini project side by side, it's really a good idea, but for them who are already confident with their coding skills. Okay, now for example, if I'm starting with the coding for now, for them I believe learning with the basics, how to achieve a thing, and learning with the basic things like how to play with different types of data structures and small stuff, so that will be their first goal to achieve. But with the experienced members, yes, you can say the mini projects can help them out, because by implementing or working on the mini projects, they can face those issues which we normal developers face every day. But there might be a case that they run into the advanced types of issues or very big type of issues. But yeah, we are there to help them out for them. So many projects can be good in some scenarios, but it can be bad for some scenarios as well, like for the initial or freshers who are just starting with the coding.
So you mentioned a lot of things around problem solving and technical expertise. I, as a developer, feel it's very important to find a good balance between both. You need to have technical knowledge, but at the same time, you need to look at the problem from a broader perspective. Can you share some instances? How do you help your mentees kind of build that kind of mindset of problem solving?
My initial step is the first again understanding the problem, what is the main issue and what we have to achieve, and what is the main means, what is the breaking between the whole flow, what is the main part that is breaking. And then after that, I asked them to simply share a solution from their side, because they are starting with the problem and I'm already aware of the solutions. Maybe I will be having different types of solutions for that problem. So whenever they are giving me the solutions, now it's my job to simply correct them out. Okay, now the solution is good, but we cannot simply use this solution because we have different these types of issues. By this way, now they will be able to explore or expand their thinking. So most of the mentees in the Pesto as well, they say something like that. While in the project phase, they say that I'm not that much good on the front end side, or I am not that much good on the back end side. I do not like the CSN and all that stuff. So what I ask them to just simply give it a try. Okay, just give it a try with the basics. Okay, I don't want you to create a clone of the Facebook or that Netflix. I don't want them. I just want them to simply create a counter or simply create a clock to just simply show it to the UI. If you do not try the thing, then you will not be able to see is it built for you or no, or will you be able to use that tech stack or particular technology. Once they give it a try, then face some issues, then I will help them out again with having a discussions. Like for example, if someone is not liking the front end, you can just simply talk to them and simply say, see, your work will be shown to the end users. They will be able to link with you. They will be able to see what you made for them. So, but for the backend as well, you can just simply say that you will be playing with the data. Now, the main responsibility is on you, how to play with the data, how to make it easily available to the front ends and all that applications. I gave these advices to my mentees as well to just simply give it a try. If you not give it a try, then I don't think so that you will be able to decide is it for you or no.
So what's your take on these, fast evolving tech? Is there any particular tech that you're excited about?
It's mainly the artificial intelligence. It is also growing as a good product. As you can see, the Chat GPT. Most of the members are using the Chat GPT for everything. I use the Chat GPT for, I believe, my small tasks to create this function, or simply write a code to solve this function, give me a simple rephrase of a text.
So when you work with these people who are just starting out their journey, what kind of different people have you worked? Maybe you could share some stories of some of your experiences of how you've had a significant impact on their journeys.
When I was working with my first organization, they were members. There were some developers who just simply learned the topics, or they joined a coaching school, and then they created something like a small product for them. So when they joined the organization, because as you know, in the organization we do have processes for achieving, or while working on the project we do have different types of processes to follow. So they were really new to those things. They know how to achieve a thing, but they do not know the process of achieving that thing. So I help them out, because having a knowledge of the processes because I was working there before they joined. You can say most of the developers now, they are just aware about how to solve a problem, but they do not know the process of solving the issues. So helping them out on the process, I believe, simply helps them out, and they simply grow on those things. They just want to start with the AI, data science, but they do not know the main thing in these fields. You can just simply think the data is the main part there, but they don't know how to collect the data, how to play with the data. So first they have to understand the data, how to collect it, how to parse it, how to use it, how to learn the data, how to read the data. These are the steps, or these are the processes that you should be following to be a data science engineer. But they just simply see, okay, the data science is a good stuff, we will get this. But they do not see the internal picture. What are the things that you should be needing, and what are the experiences, or what are the parts that you should be aware of while working on those fields.
So, what are the some of the myths that you felt people have around mentorship, and how would you debunk them?
The first myth is that they will be helping with every single stuff. So we are not here as a, you can say, we are not here to give you a silver spoon. Okay, we are just
Fair.
here to give you the guidance. Like for example, let's take an example. There's a problem A, and the mentee is just simply be depending upon the mentor to solve that issue. They are not giving it a try. Find a way how we can achieve it. Google it out. Okay, ask the chat GPT. You able to achieve it, then simply come to us. See, I was facing this issue and I fixed it using this flow, or this was the solution that I used. Now it's our job to help them out with that solution. Is it the good solution or the bad solution? If it's not the good solution, then simply ask them to think about it, because if you just simply put that code in some big code, then maybe there's some instances it got broken. So you can just simply ask them out, think about scenarios where it will be break. So that's all I believe. The main thing is purely depending upon the mentor, not giving them a chance to simply explore that problem. So yep.
Right. I think that's very fair that a mentor also has to give the mentee the time to learn it themselves, so that they understand the process, and then you act as a guiding light.
Yes.
So that you can correct them where they're wrong instead of just doing it for them. I wanted to understand your take on communities.
You will be getting every explanation of the problem that you're facing, even small issues or small code stuff. So yes, people out there are really doing the great job. See, here we are a mentor, and we are linked with the Pesto, but other members out there in the world, they are not linked with anything. They are just helping the members, or helping the developers, or giving back to the community, I believe. So yes, it's a good thing. Stack Overflow is a good source as a community. The Medium blogs, they are doing the great job in explaining how to play with the data and how to play with the softwares. So I believe yes, most of the open source communities are doing their great job.
Okay, now let's add some fun to this conversation. How about a quick rapid fire round?
Sure.
Are you up for it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Let's go with the first question. If you were a superhero with a tech superpower, what would that be?
It's just to simply control my mind, not thinking of the different solutions at a single time.
Would you rather have the ability to learn any new programming language, or to learn and understand any human language?
To learn and understand any human language.
Okay. iOS or Android?
iOS.
Java or Python?
Python.
Tabs or spaces?
Tabs.
Front end or back end?
Backend.
Pair programming or solo coding?
Pair.
Remote working or office environment?
Both. Hybrid.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us, Nishant.
Thank you, Lasha, for having me. Thank you.
And to all our listeners, thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of Humans of Pesto. We will be back with more such exciting conversations from the Pesto community. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and never stop innovating.